What is up? It is Wednesday, baby. What's happening? Happy Wednesday. There's something in my eye. Wait, do I have black in my eye? Looks like I do, huh? Looks like I got a black eye. Steven, what's up, man? Josh and Nick, what's up, brothers? How's it going? Man, I feel like I got black like right here. Hang on. Oh, I guess not. It's just the reflection. ETR Garage, what is up? How the hell are you guys? Yeah, yeah, funny, Nick. I know better. Oh no, I get that. I come home and it's like I have like a big old black smear right there. I'm sure you guys do. Get the elbows you just can't clean. Scrub those things with sandpaper and they wouldn't turn not black. How is everyone today? Oh, I am good. Tired. Bouncing back and forth. Man, Bill, what's up? I got a guest coming on in a little bit. He's getting set up. Oh, is today your Tuesday, Nick? Or is today your Monday? Oh man. Chris, what's up, man? How's it going? Man, before I got to this shop that I'm at now, I had ever only really worked on oh, okay, gotcha. Ever really worked on the 5-cylinder sprinters and the V6s. And now, man, you wouldn't believe how many giant sprinters there are with a 4-cylinder engine. A lot. Like I have one that goes from it's huge. I mean, this thing is Giganosaurus. It goes from it's almost I only have like about a foot and a half in between my toolboxes. My yellow toolbox and the sprinter in the front. No, I haven't seen that. And it goes all the way out past the line where you're supposed to try to keep cars in and all that. And I just found out before I went home that the water pump isn't going to, we're not going to have the water pump until Friday. Bunch of crap, man. Waiting on a receiver dryer and a water pump. And those things, if you guys ever get a 4-cylinder sprinter, look up at that water pump. Those water pumps, they leak. This is the second one that I've had in a row with a leaking water pump. So, yeah, we have a lot. Yeah. Yeah, Nick, we have this shop, man. We have a ton of fleets. We have a lot of fleets. We have fleets with big box trucks. We have some NPR, not a lot of MPRs. We have some NPRs. We have a ton of sprinters, a lot of sprinters. And then, a bunch of power strokes and things like that. Uh, so, yeah, man, crazy. I just had another one, And now that I think about it, I just had another one not that long ago, and it was the same thing. It was a big old super long Sprinter with a 4-cylinder engine. So the fleets are good because, I mean, usually they fix something. Generally they don't pull it out and not fix anything. Actually, this one, I'm not sure if this one's a fleet. I think this one might just be a customer pay. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure. This one doesn't have any company badging on it. A lot of the Sprinters that we have company badging on them. So Pat Paulson, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. Not much, just talking about Sprinters and fleet repair. So if you guys work on Sprinters, here's a little tip for you. Every single Sprinter you get, before you rack it, before you lift it up, turn it off and have somebody wiggle the steering wheel side to side and listen to the knocking noise. Those things have bad inner tie rods. Every single one that I've ever seen had bad inner tie rods, and if they weren't bad, it's only because we just replaced them. They just for some reason eat inner tie rods. I'm not kidding. Check it out. You'll tell me. Like I told the guys in the shop, and they're like, "Holy cow, you're right, man! Every single Sprinter bad inner tie rods all day long." But I'm pretty stoked because I got this inner tie rod tool set from Mayhew Tools, and I haven't had a chance to try it out yet because I just haven't had any inner tie rods. I was doing a bunch of them, and then I got the set, and I haven't done any. And so I told everybody in the shop, "Hey, if you guys get any inner tie rods, give me a holler." And one of the guys had one yesterday, so I went over there and I busted it out real quick, and man, it worked like butter. Put it on there, popped it off. It's got like 3 attachments with the roll. Actually, I kind of showed it in my hut video. But oh yeah, definitely, Nick, because because the tie rods aren't. I mean, they're not anything different than like you would find in a car. Actually, it's kind of crazy how inner tie rods are all like they're the same. It doesn't matter. I don't really know, Bill. We don't do much aftermarket stuff with the Europeans and things like that. If we're gonna do anything aftermarket, it's usually going to be like from Worldpack, and it'll be like an OEM, equivalent or something like that. But we generally don't do a lot of aftermarket stuff on Europeans. Especially diesel and stuff like that. So it's just not worth it. But yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I've only done quite a few tie rods on Sprinters. At the other shop I was at, we actually got like a tie rod kit, and it came with both inner tie rods and both outer tie rods all in the same box. Never seen that before. Only time. It's funny how you can work at a shop or in multiple shops and never see something, and then go to a shop and see something you've never seen before. Um, like am I lagging or something here? Like bearings, for instance, if you get front bearings on a front wheel drive vehicle, hub bearings, you can get a kit, and that kit will come with the bearing, the snap ring, the hub. It'll come with everything that you need to do that bearing, all in a box, which is nice because then you don't have to cut the inner the inside of the bearing off of the hub and all that stuff. So, well, it's not. It's just they're just the factory ones, and they're just failing, Steven. And then you just put new ones. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, it's a really big vehicle. It's kind of like people that have lifted vehicles, and they just eat front ends. They're just big, and I don't know. So, but I mean, they're not bad. Like once we replace them, they don't come back, and they're not failed. It just is a thing that they're just always bad. Sprinters use a half shaft axle for the passenger side. Huh? A half shaft axle? What are you talking about, Bill? Half shaft axle. Well, I don't understand what that means. Half shaft axle? They're just front wheel drive. I mean rear wheel drive. What's up, Garrett? Thanks for joining the stream. No, they don't use a CV axle. Do they? I've never seen a CV axle on a Sprinter. What are you talking about? In the back, they have a solid axle. And in the front, the passenger side drive axle in the back of the truck is huh? It's a differential in the back. I'm confused, Bill. You got me confused. Now I'm stumped. Man, I had to go back on that Honda yesterday, the one I was like basically doing like the short block, used engine, tear down, swap parts. Wait, the 3.6 Benz is front wheel drive? Huh? The 3.6, that's the four cylinder? No, wait, okay. Wait, the 3.6. Oh, what's up, Steve? What's happening, man? Um, the 3.6. You talking about a gas motor? Huh? You got me confused, Bill. Oh, ProMaster. Okay, I was about to say you had me confused. I work on lots of sprinters, and I was starting to like second guess myself, like thinking, maybe I don't know. Which is funny because the other really long sprinter that I had not that long ago, I did front hub bearings in that one, and the hub bearings in that one is it's the whole bearing and knuckle assembly is all one big unit in a Mercedes box. Cha-ching! Oh, it's all good, Bill. No worries, man. Oh, yeah. The first time I ever worked on a ProMaster, I replaced a transmission in one of them. Or, I'm sorry, the transaxle. You had me confused there. I was like, man, wait a minute. Hang on. Have I not looked underneath this thing? Did I miss something? My special guest just sent me a message here. All right, about 5 minutes on my guest. It is all good, Bill. Oh man. Man, I had to go back to that Honda, and I had to like really think about where I was at when I left it because I haven't worked on it in God a week and a half at least. Basically, I had stripped. So the old motor was out. I stripped that all the way down. Head off. Well, actually took the head off in the car so we could get it sent to the machine shop, have it checked. Got the used engine, got it all torn apart, and then the last time I worked on it, I had just mated the transmission and block, and I had put all and I had put all of the like the oil pump seal and the balancer shaft seal and the crank seal. I got all those on, got the water pump in, got the oil pump on, got all that in, and got it all timed up with the with the balance shaft locked in. Ag Tech, what's happening? Um, and then I had like 40 minutes before I had to go. I was like, man, you know what? I think I can do it. And so I stabbed that engine and transmission in there, and then got just a couple engine mounts started, and and I haven't touched it since. It's been at least a week and a half. So I had to really think about where I was at on that thing because I've got parts everywhere. Because I got a whole entire used engine that I tore apart, and then I've got the engine I'm working on that's all torn apart, and I'm trying to keep everything separate and all that good stuff. So, but and then now my stupid my water pump won't be in until Friday, and my dryer won't be until tomorrow. So I have to wait. So it looks like I'll probably get that engine running tomorrow on that Honda. It'd be nice to get it off my rack, especially now since the Sprinter's going to be there till Friday. So, but I got a truck rack, so it's nice because I got a full size Sprinter all the way in the air. So that is really really nice to be able to lift big vehicles like that. Sprinters especially. Oh, this Honda. So I have this Honda that had like 175,000 miles. Came in misfiring, low compression, had a burnt valve. The office gave the lady the option to pull the head and inspect or put a motor in it. I told him I don't like to recommend engines. I don't like to recommend pulling heads on anything over 150, just because of a 3-year warranty. And if anything goes wrong, then it's kind of on us, and so it's all bad. Well, we pulled the head and found a burnt valve, and so they did the head, and we were playing, and there was all 12 valves and everything. Well, then it came back like 600 miles later, smoking like a chimney, burning oil like crazy, and yeah, so pretty much we took a so I pulled that motor out, pulled the head off, sent the head to the machine shop. And so the engine, she had a bunch of work done to this thing, like oil pump and timing belt kit and oil pan and all this work done. And so basically, what I had to do was we got a used engine. I had to strip that thing all the way down to the block and strip it all the way down to the block, clean everything up, new seals all the way around, new rear main, front seals, everything. And then so basically, all I'm using off of the used engine is the block. And so then I took that and the head that we had sent out, the one with the brand new valves and everything, and pretty much putting it all back together. And so yeah, so that's where I'm at. It's a lot of work. I got just crap everywhere, man. It's like holy moly, it's nuts. Let's see, Ag Tech. I'm not sure how much the Sprinter weighs actually. I could look tomorrow. I don't know. I never really. Yeah, I never really. I haven't really looked at the weight. Oh, you know what, Garrett? I am not hourly, um, but this is a really, really big Sprinter. So normally I would push stuff outside if I needed to. The only bad thing is I think they're really trying to keep me on the Honda to get it done because it's been there forever. It's been quite an ordeal. So Garrett was saying that he'd imagine pushing them outside, So yeah, but we do push stuff outside if we have to. We'll pull cars in, pull transmissions out, and then push them out. So I do hit my head sometimes, Bill. Um, it's funny because I used to hit my head all the time a long time ago. My old shop, way back, and our smog machine was at the back door. And so pretty much from like 11 o'clock till like 5, 6 o'clock at night, the sun would just be shining in that door right on the smog machine. And so Mrs. Nuts, wasn't real keen on me being at the door with no hat on. And, I got a bald head and, just with the sun. And so I started wearing a hat just for her. And then I noticed that, I didn't hit my head as much. And if I did, it didn't hurt as bad. And so I was like, oh, hey, this is nice because I didn't wear a hat for a really long time. And but yeah, I did used to hit my head all the time. Oh yeah. Oh, Bill, I have had that, yeah, several times, man. Yes, they do. Rotors and lift arms suck bad. What are you guys working on this week? Yes, she does, Ag Tech. She is a good woman. Uh, yeah, her parents, they're still married. They just celebrated their 75th wedding. No, wait. No, no, not 75th. 55th wedding anniversary, I think. 55 years, 57, something like that. Long time. I do work on Nissans, and we actually have our newest guy that just came to the shop. He was a Nissan Master Tech for 30 years. So yeah, I do work on Nissans, but yeah, we definitely. Oh, what's happening, brother? Oh, thanks for joining the stream, man. What you working on today? Besides crashing my party. A 93 Harley Davidson. So I don't know anything about motorcycles. So are those things? So they were carbureted before. Are they? Hmm. So they're fuel injected now, right? Because I know that you can like have an OBD. I know this like the Snap-on scanner can hook up to them. So they're computer controlled. Something. I don't know anything about them, but oh, there you go. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, sweet, awesome, man. Rock that out, dude. Have to work again. Oh man, that's no fun. That sucks. Oh, injection pump. There you go. Couple ECMs. Nice. You still working like 15-hour days, Ag Tech? I know last week you were like 15-hour one day and 14 hours the next. Oh, okay, since '06. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just never really got into motorcycles. Well, I don't own a motorcycle. I don't know anything about them, but oh, you work on older ones. Okay. So what year range do you like to work on? Bill had to go to Rhode Island. How far is Rhode Island from you, Bill? There we go. Oh, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me pretty good?
It's my special guest, Simeon. It's
Yeah,
me. What's up,
it's
man?
good. Yeah. How's it going? What you up to?
Good.
Can you hear me pretty good?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Does it sound clear or sounds
Yeah, sounds
raspy?
good. No,
Dope.
sounds good. Oh, Mrs. Nuts is on. Oh, there she is, Ag Tech. She's at baseball. My kids got baseball practice, but they
Hmm.
just so my kids started baseball, right? And ever since the season started, they haven't had practices because of COVID. The city didn't release any Parks and Rec didn't release any parks to the baseball league. Normally, we get like several parks, and they schedule the practices throughout the season, and every team gets a different day at different parks. And so they haven't released anything, and since they play games every day of the week, they haven't been able to practice. And so we just started having practice. We had a practice on last Friday, and they're having practice right now. And we just found out that the coach's majors team, somebody got COVID. And so now him, the assistant coach, that whole majors team is all on quarantine. So now we only have one coach.
Dang.
I know. It's still, and now we like, I don't know if we're going to have a practice because those coaches are out. It's like, dang it, man.
Back to square one.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, I got 20 people in the chat. Wait, that's including me. Let me like this real
Nice.
quick. What'd you work on today?
Today I worked on a 4-cylinder sprinter. So yesterday I had a sprinter in the afternoon to look at, and seeing a lot of 4-cylinder sprinters now. 4-cylinder diesel, but anyways, it was like check AC, check the brakes, check the washer nozzle, or check the washer pump, oil change, and seemed like there was something else. Anyways, and so today I had that work sold. So it was a compressor, a dryer, a water pump, the washer pump, the nozzles, fuel filter, and I think that's it. But anyways, my water pump won't be there till Friday, and the dryer is out till tomorrow, so I'm stuck on that. But so then I worked on that Honda with the engine that I've been working on forever. So
Is it almost finished?
no, I had just like a week. I hadn't worked on it in like a week and a half, and I had just stabbed the block and the transmission. I had made them together and replaced all the seals on the block: oil pump, balance shaft, crankshaft, and rear main. Made that all together, set it in the car, bolted up the engine mounts, and that was it. And so I started back on that yesterday. So I had to do a bunch of work, and then I had to like lay the wiring harness in there. And you can't get the intake manifold out with the head in, and so you have to put the intake manifold in. Well, I'm sure you could, but the easy way to do it is you just put the intake, you just stick it back behind the head,
Mm-hmm.
and you set the head on, and then pull the intake forward and bolt it up. I had to put like the wiring harness on, and so today, before I left today, I got a lot of the harness all done. The intake's bolted up to the head's torqued, and yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to start doing the timing belt and stuff like that. So
What year is it?
it's 2000.
2000. Okay. My boss
So
is actually doing a motor on, I think, like a 2007 or something
oh,
like
okay,
that. But
nice.
no, I have a Jeep Wrangler, a 4-cylinder Wrangler that I think I started on 2 weeks ago. Customers basically we doing everything for his daughter: fuel pump, transmission, engine, brakes, suspension, tires, like you name it. It's on
Is
there.
this the one with the Jasper motor?
Yeah, the one with the
So how
Jasper
did you?
motor.
So tell me about how you had a Jasper motor and then now it needs a head.
Um,
I was puzzled on that. I was going to ask you, but I was just busy and I didn't get a chance.
the someone attempted, I guess, on those on the whoever built that engine, whatever. Basically, every single exhaust and intake threads, they were helicoiled. Like someone attempted to retap and put helicoils, and I'm guessing there's one of the bolts actually break because I noticed on the old engine that I pulled out, one of the studs, the exhaust studs were missing, broken, and it was the same spot as one of the other ones, and then. So I went to tying down, and like I just felt them all just spinning. I'm like, why is it spinning? Like they shouldn't be spinning, you know. And then I took them out, and when I took them out, helicoils came out,
Oh,
and there's
jeez.
no threads inside the block, you know. And for us to actually do it proper and stuff, we got to take the head bolts out and all of that. So we're just like, there's no, just send us a new head. So
They're doing that?
yeah, we made them like that was their like.
Wow. Well, the reason I ask is because we had a V6 Jeep that we put an engine in, and it came back with a misfire when it was cold, and it was on cylinder one, and I found that it was getting coolant in there when it was cold, and it had a blown head gasket on that tank, and so I thought for sure that they would just send us a head. Nope, whole motor.
Dang.
So yeah, whenever
So
you said
well,
adjust
okay.
head, I was like,
Actually, they gave us two options. They said they could send us a whole brand new motor, but we wouldn't get it until end of July,
oh geez,
or they could send us a brand new head, and we'll get it, you know, within a week. So
wow. What size engine is it?
I don't know. It's the 4-cylinder, the straight
So
four or four.
2.4 or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I
Yeah, I
said
don't
straight four.
either. Straightforward. Yeah. Let
Yeah,
me
but
catch
so
up on these.
that one's been holding up my bank for like almost a month, 3 weeks.
Oh, that sucks. It's a lot of work, too. How many bays do you have yourself?
Um, I did have five, but now I have four.
Dang.
So, well, it's just me. So, well, we got the new guy, Sean.
How is he?
And
Did he leave any plugs on the radiator on
no,
day one?
he's as new as can be.
Oh, he's a greenie.
Green, green, green. He's
Oh,
actually like worked
wow.
at oil places, so I mean he knows how to do oil changes. So that's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
we kind of hired him so we could do the oil changes and brakes and stuff like that. You
Nice.
know, get all the little stuff out of the way so I can do all the big jobs. Because I mean,
Nice. What's
it
up, Country
sucks.
Mile? That's cool, man. That's nice having a lot of lifts.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
hard
know.
when it's hard having like two lifts, man.
I don't know. I mean, there's times where some lifts get on hold, like you know my lift right now is on hold, and then actually two bays are on hold. So there's only because it's an 8 bay, but one bay is the oil changes, another bay is my boss's, and then another bay we have my boss's
Alignment rack,
Corvette.
right?
No, we don't do alignments.
Oh, it's a drive-on lift, though, right?
Yeah, it's just a drive on.
Oh, okay, okay. Hey, Nick, what do you say? What do you ask me to put up on Instagram? I'm not sure what you're asking me there. So does your boss come out in the shop and work every day?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
no, yeah, he's the other pretty much. Like I said,
He's still doing.
he's doing the motors. So
Oh, he's
'cause
doing
I'm
the motor with the head.
no on the Honda because he's doing a
Oh, the
Honda.
'07. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Today, all I did was an injection service on an F-150, and then I did a compressor, condenser, and expansion valve on a 6.7 on a Ram, and
Expansion
then
valve.
yeah,
Is that right in the firewall? Right. You can do that
yeah,
on the engine side, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty easy. And
Yeah.
then
Didn't have a leak in evaporator. Snap on
what the
addict. What's that, brother?
compressor wasn't engaging.
Uh oh, it's freezing up.
Yeah, no, it just wouldn't engage at all.
What was the expansion valve was wrong? Was bad?
No, the compressor.
Oh. Okay, okay, okay. I got you.
So I did
Well,
that,
how
and
come
then
you did the expansion valve?
we have to.
Oh, you guys put a kit in it?
Yeah, we do a whole.
Oh,
Anytime we do a
okay.
compressor, we do a kit.
I know. I understand. We used to have the same thing. If you don't do the whole kit, then they won't warranty it.
Yep.
That's the way they sell it to you. Yep. Hey, it's nice on Hondas because it kind of makes the customer kind of buy the
Oh,
expansion valve, which is,
inside
and
the
you know
evap.
what? And this is a really good thing that a lot of people don't know and a lot of people don't think about is let's say you have a Honda, right? You have a '02 Honda, whatever. You know where the blower unit has to come out for the evaporator. Well, so Hondas evaporators fail in Hondas, right? It's a common failure, and so you have no idea how many guys I've seen recommend an AC kit and no evaporator, and they pull it out, change the expansion valve, and put it back in. You know, I've only one time ever not sold an evaporator on a vehicle that was coming out already.
Really?
Anytime it's out, I don't care if I'm pulling a box out for a heater core, doesn't matter. If I'm pulling it out and I have to disassemble it, I always recommend it. That way they can say yes or no. But
Yeah.
especially with AC, I've never had anybody not buy the evaporator when it's already on the bench. There's no labor.
Well, we just did. I just did a evap sensor on Yukon, but they didn't want to do the heater core or the evap.
You
I
got to
mean, I
take
was
the whole
already
box out for that.
for the evap sensor. Yeah, it's right
As a
on the evap.
center. Oh dang, I've never done one.
Yeah, I took off a bunch of crap I didn't have to. I was kind of mad.
Oh, that sucks. How'd you do
Like,
that?
well, cause like I didn't see anything on the book, and then I didn't find anything on YouTube either. So I was like, well, crap. So I just started looking at it, and I was like, this got to come off. This got to come off. I got to pull out the airbag, so I got to take this off. I just started, you know,
Oh,
I'm pulling it piece by piece, and then I go on my lunch, and I was like, man, I was like, it's taking too long. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, and I go on YouTube and I'm looking, bro. I spent my whole lunch. I didn't even eat. I'm just looking for a video, and I found one on a 2007, a DIYer, bro. Yes, four bolts practically, but not really, because I did have to pull out the steering column and everything to pull out that EVA. So I think it's slightly different from the '07, but because it was a
oh, okay.
2013, they changed
Gotcha.
body styles.
Yeah. Hey, so Nuts Bolts Tools right here. He's got his first YouTube video up. He's got his tool cart video up. You guys should go check it out. We got Jude over there in the Text Talking Shop page. I'm assuming it's Jude. It's usually Jude. What's up, dude? How's it going, brother? Oh, the long drive, quarter inch long neck snap on ratchet
You
is
can.
awesome. If you don't have one of those, man, you're missing out. Wait till you get it. You're going to be on cloud nine. Oh, and Nick, I'll
Hold
put
up.
some pictures tomorrow.
I'll be right back. I
I
go get a drink.
yeah, no worries. I had a story on there. It was in my story today, just showing the block or whatever. But Pat Paulson, we have literature that goes back to the '80s. We're not sure what you mean by master. I don't know. What's up, Jim? How's it going, man? Thanks for joining the stream. Oh yeah, vintage Nissans. That's the Datsuns. Man, I had a Datsun. I don't remember what year it was. I had to go. Man, a long time ago. I just got to this shop too. It was one of my shops that I was at. It was actually the first shop where I was a flat rate guy, and I had to go um, and I had to go and I had an '85 Datsun 280Z, I think. I can't remember, but it had caught the engine had caught on fire, and so I had to go and like rewire all the injector pigtails and a whole bunch of vacuum lines, and turned out nice. But that was a long time ago. Man, that was a long time ago. Oh, there you go. Nuts, bolts, tools. Get on the Power Stroke Dude tool cart series. I never got invited to that tool cart series. That's not fair. So you got the Brute long neck. Oh, that's the 3/8, right? The Brute. Yeah, I don't have a Brute. I don't think I have the Brute. I think I just have a regular long neck 3/8 ratchet. Um, Kind of bummed, man. You know, you buy a tool and then something changes or whatever. So I bought a quarter drive. Uh, I bought a I bought a quarter drive snap-on cordless ratchet, and I do a lot of dashes and stuff like that. Or I did that. I did a lot of dashes, and I wanted it for when I was working on the dash and stuff like that. Plus, Diesel Tech Ron used to take apart diesels 6 liters with nothing but cordless tools, cordless Milwaukee tools. And I always had to work on these diesels like way over in the corner of the shop. But anyways, so I bought the quarter drive, ratchet or whatever. I used it for a few months, and then I bought the long neck, and then they came out with a smaller neck. I mean, a smaller head on the quarter drive ratchet. So my ratchet has like I swear it's like a 3/8 drive head on it. It's huge. Um, and yeah, it sits in my drawer. Just sits there. I don't use it at all. Um, Kind of bummed. I tried to get Snap on to take it back and swap it out for me, but he wouldn't do it.
All right, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Well, he's
Pretty good.
back.
Sorry about that.
What'd you say? You only did a FI service today? That's it?
No, I did a fuel injection service, and then I did that RAM, the condenser, compressor, expansion valve. And I did
Oh,
four
okay.
tires. Um, then I went to go test drive the one I did the tires on, and at a stoplight, it like the oil pressure light came on, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then I saw that the overheating, like it was like all the way hot, and I was like, "What the heck?" So like I pulled over, and there was like coolant all on the side. I'm like, "What the hell?" So I called my boss. I was like, "Hey, what'd y'all do on this?" Because all I did was the suspension work and the tires. So and then he's like, "Oh, I did some freeze plugs." I was like, "Well,"
Oh, geez.
so I was like, "Well," I was like, "I gotta wait." I was like, "There's still coolant." I don't know. It overheated and it's getting too hot. It's getting to like 230 and then it drops. Gets up to 230 and then drops. The but the weird thing is the coolant is like super cold.
Really?
Like in the degas bottle, the coolant feels cold, but
That's weird.
on the hoses, it's like super hot.
That's weird.
And then I tried block testing it for a good while, and I couldn't get any bad readings, so it's kind of throwing me in a circle. Why it's doing it?
Wow. So did it have a coolant leak? Or was it
Uh,
just losing coolant because it was overheating?
I think it lost coolant because it got hot, because I there was no leaks anywhere. So,
But you don't know why it overheated?
mm-mm. And
Huh.
I kept test driving it afterwards to try to do it again, and it wouldn't do it. It just got to like 230, and then it would drop back down.
Is it
And
gas or
then
diesel?
it's a 4.2 F-150
Oh, it's F one
gas.
fifty.
Yeah,
Oh, put a thermostat in that thing.
they already did. They did the freeze plugs and thermostat.
Oh,
Ford thermostat.
damn.
So, and I was thinking, I was like, well, maybe like, it has to be like some
Oh, I
head
was thinking
gasket
it was a
problem.
Dodge for some reason.
Oh no, yeah, the F-150.
A 4.2.
Yeah, the V6.
Huh. Yeah, that's the little dumb one. With the plug wires. Huh.
Either my boss is saying he's thinking restricted radiator. I don't know. I feel like it might be like a blown head gasket problem, like a small something. Cause and it was really weird because it was actually while we were trying to block test, it was building a lot of pressure at the beginning, and that's when it was like around like 220, 225, and then out of nowhere it just cooled down and it went to like 204, and never like we couldn't get it to do it again. So it was
All
weird.
right, so here's the thing. This is my thought process on that. So my thought process is that the radiator doesn't change. Okay. Nothing changes in the system. The water pump, let's say, so you got this is my thought process, how I process things. The water pump is going to be either spinning or it's not, or the impeller is going to be good or it's going to be bad, right? It's going to either be flowing coolant or it's not. The radiator is going to be plugged or it's not. Um, the only thing that I could think of, so we have, I mean, all the time. I mean, I did a head gaskets on a Subaru one time, and I got done with it, and we put a pretty good quality thermostat in. I got done with it, and the thermostat was stuck; it wouldn't open. And so then we had to get like the only one we can get was I think we ended up putting a Napa one in it because it was the only one we can get, and it was fine, and it left. Everything was good. So don't discount the thermostat just because you just did one. You have
But
an
we,
intermittent
but we put a Ford one, so I mean I
Oh, it was
have
a
gotten
Ford one.
yeah, but I mean I have gotten bad parts straight from the dealer. I did an EGR
Yeah,
on a did an EGR on a 6.7 Power Stroke,
yeah.
and it was still doing the same problems. I was like, well, crap. And then and then it ended up being a defective EGR. We sent it back, got another one, and then the problem was solved. And I was
and
running in circles, going crazy. Like, well,
and I had a 6.4, and I was doing a power steering pump and a gearbox, and so I had all the front opened up while I was doing it, right? And I don't know how I figured this out because normally I wouldn't have figured it out. But I put the pump on and I was pressing the pulley and something didn't seem right. And so then I started spinning the pulley and the shaft was bent on the pump.
all in the new one.
Yeah, thank God I figured out because a 6.4, that pump's way down in there. It
Yeah,
is a pain in the ass. And I had it all open when I was doing it. I mean, I literally had everything off the front. I was actually in the front of the truck
you put off
doing the pump.
you put off the
So I,
grill and everything.
well,
And
I was doing a radiator, and I think I might have even been doing AC on it. I can't remember because I
I
mean,
always
I
pull the
must have.
front. I just pull the
Yeah, I
front.
must have had. I mean, because I wouldn't have pulled the condenser off unless I was doing AC. I'm not going to do that. But I was doing the radiator.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, if I'm doing anything on the front, because I've done so many, I can take them apart like really fast. Like
Oh,
I put on the evac and I just start pull off the grill and bumper and everything. I got the fan clutch off and everything. I can work right there. I'll do the
oh,
sometimes I'll do the water pumps that way too, just because I can take the whole front end off so
right.
fast. Because you're actually just supposed to pull out the fan clutch and you can do it
Oh
right there,
yeah.
but it's hard to get to like three bolts.
Oh yeah.
Um, where the wiring harness is, like they're really hard to get to and stuff. So I learned that the first time. So I just it'll make it easier on me, So I think that's
So it looks like we have a couple. So let's look at the comments here. We have some people that are suggesting things. So what was the reason for the freeze plugs? I'm guessing leaking. Um, so Bill thinks the thermostat issue. Jude isn't he's not paying attention, so he's asking what's wrong. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding, Jude.
shit.
Air pocket. So that a couple people have suggested an air pocket, which that
and,
sounds.
and
If
that's
you
what I
put
was.
a if you put a Motorcraft thermostat in it, I didn't realize that. I mean, I would just try to duplicate it again. If you can't duplicate it, then I mean, call it good. And I
And
don't
see,
know.
the crazy thing is because I had test drove that vehicle pretty good when I did the suspension. When I did the control arms, ball joints, front and rear brakes, and all that. So when I went and test drove, I put a good amount of miles. It ran good. And this morning, I was gonna ship it last night, but we were already closed. So this morning I shipped it, and I was like, oh, it needs an oil change. So I did an oil change, and then I brought in a note, needs tires. I came back, hey, they sold tires. So I did the tires, and then I was like, should I test drive it? I was like, nah, and then just like I was like, no, go test drive it, like just make sure it's all good again. I went and test drove it, And I'm glad I did, because if I would have sent it off like that, that would have kind of sucked, you know.
So here's a question for you: does your boss use an airlift or anything like that,
Yeah, we had
or
the
does he
snap-on
use the
one.
funnel?
Well, those are the. I mean, they just kind of bleed themselves.
Well, no, but it can overheat if you get an air pocket.
Yeah. Well, I think he usually just lets them run, because on the Fords, he usually just can let them run, and they'll be there.
But I was just wondering if he used a vacuum refiller, which would which
A
would
vacuum filler.
eliminate the air pocket.
I doubt he did. I'm the only one that usually uses it.
Oh, okay. I say that now, but I just had a Toyota the other day that kicked my butt trying to get the cooling system bled because the damn heater core had an air pocket in it.
See, that's what they're really good for, like doing like evaps. Like I was working on Ford Escape, the 3.0
Uh-huh.
V6 ones. I did a radiator on it, and man, like air got stuck in that thing. Like I could not get it to bleed for crap. And then I just like did the old heater trick and revved the hell out of it to like
Oh yeah.
4,000 RPMs, and then it finally came out. But I was like, crap, I couldn't get it out. But I wish if I would have had a vacuum filler, it would have been so dope. It was a side job, so.
Yeah, I've only had two cars in the whole time I've had my vacuum refiller where I used my airlift and I had a problem with the cooling system. I
Really?
have never ever, yeah. I actually required my guys to go buy one because they were having so many problems with cooling systems. I would see them over at the back door for like an hour trying to bleed the damn cooling system. I'm like, what are you doing? And then so everybody bought one, right? And I see the one guy over there and he's got his damn funnel out. And I was like, dude, Alex, what are you doing? He's like, I'm doing the cooling system. Why don't you use your airlift? He's like, because that thing doesn't work. Like, show me how you're using it. And he showed me. I was like, dude, you're not doing it right. So then after that, he was like so stoked because then he was like, oh, now I know how to use it. Well, this is a lot quicker. Holy crap.
Like, what I actually like about it is it gives you another confirmation if you have a leak or not.
Okay, so it does and it doesn't. Yes, for the most part, and that's a good thing because when you close that valve, if it's like, then you have a leak.
Well,
But what?
no, go.
But sometimes, like in Toyotas and Hondas that have the little tiny radiator net, those I've found to give a false positive. Like so, like the Corolla I did, it looked like I had a leak. Like the vacuum would drop off. It was like, and so you have to. Anytime you have that, you have to stick the air back on there, get it vacuuming down, and then get your coolant all set up. Close the valve, switch the hoses, and then flip the lever. Because I mean, if you have the leak and you don't see it, you have to fill it up, right? It's like AC. If you have an AC system that fails a vacuum test, you got to put a half a pound of Freon in it with some dye to try to find the leak. You know what I mean? And but that
Yeah.
one didn't have a leak, but it
Well,
lost vacuum. Weird.
see, I actually had. I remember I did a big job on a Duramax, and I put it on there, and it was showing the leak. And I ended up finding a leak on a hose. And then the other day, I was working on a Sport Track Explorer, and a customer attempted to do the radiator and stuff themselves. Brought it back all taken apart with all the bolts and bags and stuff.
Oh,
And luckily,
gee.
I mean, I already know those. I work on so
Right.
many, so I'm like, okay, I know where this goes. This goes. I put it all together, and I did we have the snap-on vacuum filler. Put that on, and it was showing a leak. I couldn't figure it out. I even tried pressure testing, and it wouldn't show. And so I just I was like, I just gonna run it. I'll let it show up, and drove it. Nothing was fine. And then the next morning, I went and drove it one more time to get rid of it.
Uh-huh.
Water pump started leaking.
Oh, damn.
But the tool picked it up.
Well, that's good.
So I was just like, huh. But I couldn't find it. I guess it had to be like code or something. So
Yeah, water pumps are weird, man. I've had water pumps that that like won't leak when they're hot. They'll only leak when they're cold. And then I've had them vice versa. You know, I've had some that won't leak cold. You have to get them hot before they start leaking. I mean, you know, so I did an engine one time, and it was in a van, and I used my vacuum, I used my airlift, and it would drop off like, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea. I looked everywhere, I couldn't find the leak. Man, one of the damn little plugs, the pipe plugs in the head or something was missing, or it wasn't there. So
Really?
I had to go get one out of my box and stick one in there. Luckily, it wasn't too bad, but it just makes you mad when you've got it all nice and clean and put it in and then spill coolant everywhere, and you're like, damn it.
You know, I want to get one of those coolant, the ones that evacuate. Like they have, you know how they have the airlift where they have one like that's supposed to like suck up the coolant, like for you, like drain it for you.
Really?
Yeah.
You talking about like a big piece of shop equipment?
No, it's like I think it's like one of the Snap-on ones, like the airlift, like they have one, like
Oh,
because they have the retention tool, which will like hold it back for you, and then there's another one that's supposed to like, because like on Duramaxes they don't have drain plugs, or a lot of Chevys they don't have
oh
drain
yeah,
plugs
I
on the
know.
radiators, you know, so you gotta pop a hose off and it just
Right.
shoots everywhere and makes a big old
Make a
dent, and now you
mess.
gotta clean it. Yeah, I hate cleaning. Like I
And
hate getting
coolant
dirty.
sucks too.
It tastes disgusting.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I never seen that before.
Let me look it up. Let me find it.
What's up, Dano's Toolbox?
Dano,
Oh, Doug and Lori Schmitz. Hey, what's happening? Thanks for joining the
he gets some
stream.
crazy stuff. I like his channel.
Joey Yes Sources. Hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining the stream. I don't think I've seen you here before. Oh, the Shaggy Rifleman. What's up? How's it going? Thanks for joining the stream.
Because you've seen the big ones, like how they do coolant flushes, right? How it like sucks it out, kind of like a power steering machine, like it sucks it
Yeah,
out and pours it in. Well,
I've
they
never
have one
seen
that,
one in a shop. I've just seen them like, out in front of Jiffy Lube or, out in front of like a lube place. I've never actually seen one in person.
okay, they had them at Toyota. That's how they did the coolant flushes.
Oh,
Because they
okay.
had one of those machines. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that doesn't work for some reason.
No, it's like power steering. It's like somebody at the shop the other day. They were talking about trying to get BG to give us a power steering flush machine, and I was like, "Why? It's dumb." First of all, both of the little hoses don't fit in power steering reservoirs a lot of the time, and second of all, it's stupid. I would rather just suck out the power steering fluid, pour some in, turn the steering wheel back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, suck it out, pour it in. That's how I
Well,
do it.
that's we have a machine that does that, but they're real thin. I mean,
I
they
know.
use them for power steering, and
Yeah, but
its air just. I don't
yeah,
know. I
and
mean,
and
it's kind of cool. You see it like turn from like dark to like clear.
well, yeah,
Um,
but then have them come back in a week and then look at what it looks like because of all the fluid that's still in the system. It's
yeah,
like because
you
you
have to
don't
do it
get
more
most of
than
the fluid out.
you got to do it more than once. You know.
Oh yeah, I
I
worked with a guy who wouldn't sell power steering flushes because he didn't believe in them because it didn't really remove much of the fluid.
but the way I think you're supposed to flush it completely. You know, say you're doing a steering rack. You know, flush the whole system, take it apart, repair it, whatever, and then do another flush, run it, and then do another flush. Like
That's
that's
a
how
lot
I
of
think.
work.
It is a lot of, but I think that's like then you'll have like that pristine, clean
Right.
fluid. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
it gives you more than enough chance to.
Yeah, we use BG here too. BG's good stuff. Got good stuff. Ed, the old tech guy. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? So, was there a YouTube problem yesterday?
Yeah, I could not watch any videos yesterday. It was pissing me off.
Oh, Little Nuts is there. What's up, buddy? You couldn't watch any videos?
Yeah, I was trying to watch a CP the Tool Addicts video, something about the Matco 16 volts not being actual 16 volt batteries, but I couldn't watch it. Like
Oh,
it would just stop like every like 2 minutes it would stop, and I
oh.
couldn't watch any other videos. So
I think it was trying to direct you to just my videos. My videos were working just fine. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I watched much YouTube yesterday. I was kind of no, I was busy because I got home and I had to edit a video. So yeah, there wasn't much watching YouTube for me.
I haven't made. I need to make some. I haven't made any. Well, last week I was on vacation, and then this week I just get back and we're slammed. It sucks. It's good, but then it's just like I fell behind. You know what I mean? It's just like, and then I can't get cars out like the one with the overheating problem. Like it's not ready to go. You know what I mean? I tried to get rid of it twice.
Do you use so you work on sprinters much? No, you don't,
I've
right?
I've never worked on one now.
You've never worked on a sprinter. That's right. That's right. Um uh they have so on the fuel filters, they have these clamps and they're called click lock clamps. And I'm actually making a video about it right now because last week on Friday, I was getting ready to go home, and one of my coworkers was working on a BMW, and it was a power steering line. He's like, "Hey man, you ever seen like this clamp before?" And I walk over, and I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, hang on." And I grabbed the pliers. I was like, "Here, this is how you take it off, and then you flip it around, and this is how you put it back on." And
Oh,
it's a clamp that I used to cut off because I didn't know how it worked. And so I bought these pliers. So this is the best thing in the world, and you'll relate to this because everybody has this at some point. I saw these pliers and they looked like they were going to be important, right? But I didn't know why they were going to be important. They just looked like they were going to be important. Something told me that I might need these pliers. I don't know why. I had no idea what the hell that he was even talking about, but I bought them. They sat in my box for like 6 months. And one day I was working on a sprinter and I looked at the hose clamp and I was like, huh, I wonder. And I went and grabbed the pliers and I was like, holy crap, that's what they're for. And that's what they're for. They're called. And so the clamp is it's like this, right? But one side has a lip that sticks up and the other side has a hook. And when you push it, it pops over and it locks in. Well, the reason you need the pliers is because you need the pliers to release it. And as long as you use the pliers to release it, you can use it again. As long as you don't bend it with
regular
screwdrivers
pliers.
and stuff. As long as you release it properly, then it pops off, and then you replace whatever you're replacing, and then pop it back on. And it's like butter.
Yeah, I
So,
actually bought some Matco ones. They're
oh,
made
so you
by
know what I'm
Nipix.
talking about?
Yeah, it's because they're actually on the Ram 67s. They're on a lot of BMWs or foreign cars, Audis and stuff
Like the
too.
6.7.
Yeah, on the Ram 67.
On
Have
what
you done a recovery tank
recovery tank?
on a 67, like the coolant reservoir?
No, I never done the reservoir.
Those the clamps are the click clamp or whatever you call them.
Maybe I
The
have.
the hoses take those kind of clamps,
No,
and
I've never
then
taken one out. No, because you don't have to take it out to do heads. No, because I've done heads multiple times, but I've never pulled that bottle out. Okay, no.
yeah, so those take. Um, I've seen them on Subarus. When I did that Subaru short block, a bunch of the hoses had those, and I was like really mad because I was like, I can't take these off. Like, I couldn't break them. I couldn't like we had to reuse all that stuff, so it was kind of a pain trying to get them off. And that's when I was like, I need to go buy those pliers because I've seen Autobahn Dan talk about them all the time. Because I'm like, how the hell are you supposed to do this? Because that's what I would do. I would
Oh
just
yeah,
cut them
because he
off.
works on the European cars.
I would just cut them off and put a new regular clamp.
Yeah.
I was like that's. But then I was like, there has to be a tool. But
So mine are straight pliers. They don't have any bend. They don't have any swivel. They don't have anything. It's just they're like this long, and they're just straight up pliers. My coworker, he has some where the ends swivel to give you better. You can get angles, And so the ones I haven't had any problems with them so far. I've been able to take off everything I've needed to take off, except, and you don't work on sprinters, so you won't know. But the supply line for the injection pump, where it goes from the injection pump to the rail, I'm sorry, the supply line where it's a goes from the pump to the injection pump, from the from the tank to the pump. The one that's in the front, I can't get back clamp because of the angle without taking the fan clutch out. You're frozen in a creepy way. Hopefully that's not me. Am I frozen? No? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, click R color pliers. Oh, there you go. There's the technical aspect. Uh-oh, we lost him. We lost him, everyone. All right, I'm back. Click R. That's right. Click R. Yeah. I when I bought them, I didn't even know what they were for. Yeah, Garrett, I got a I have I'll have a video coming out, I think Monday or Wednesday with those pliers, and I'll have a link for him in there. He's back.
I guess I lost connection there or something.
Oh man, you were frozen in a creepy way too. I should have taken a picture of it. The weird thing is I sat there talking to you and I was like, wait, is he just holding a straight face? And I'm like, okay, nope, you can't hold it that long. Nope, something's not right.
Yeah, I got kicked
See? Did it again. Oh, there you go.
Being slow.
Well, thanks, Shaggy Rifleman, for hopping in to stay high. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah, then I actually posted a video about those pliers. I got them from Matco.
Oh, okay.
Not too long ago. They're nitpicks, but they look like the regular Cobra style pliers, but they have those.
Oh, yours are different then. So yours are more like a channel lock type of plier.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw some. Okay, maybe I didn't know that's okay. I didn't know that's what they were. All right. Well, you'll see mine on Wednesday. I got a video coming out Wednesday with them, so next Wednesday.
I know even Lyle makes some. Lyle makes some pliers like that.
If I bought any again, I would buy some. I would buy what my coworker has. He has some that are. Yeah, I got the part number, but I don't feel like looking it up. Oh, there we go. Man, this guy right here. Man, he won the Carnage Tools giveaway.
Oh, AgTech, I saw that.
Yeah. Oh, man, that socket set looked awesome. Used the 15 and the 19 today. Nice. Seemed good. Oh, they're JTC brand. Okay. All right. That's not bad. I got some. So when Carnage Tools sent me some tools, they sent me some JTC tools, and the stuff that they sent me, I wasn't anything that I would use. But that's awesome that the sockets are good. The pry bars were real thin. But
what about the bore scope? You liking the bore scope?
Oh, I love that. I haven't used it. I haven't used it since. Just how everything comes in swarms, right? It's like I was doing inner tie rods galore, and then I actually got an inner tie rod tool set, and I haven't done any inner tie rods for months.
It's always that way.
And I wanted to try it out really bad, so I told everybody, hey, if anybody gets inner tie rods, let me know. I just want to try this. And so yesterday, one of the guys got one on a C-Max, and I ran over there real quick with my kit and hooked it up. Oh, yeah, it works. Okay, cool. Here, you can borrow it. It worked good for taking it off and torquing it. Oh, you know what's funny is, so he's only been doing it for like a couple of years, the guy that was doing it. Mm-hmm. And but it kicks ass. Like, he's really picked it up. Man, he could smash some suspension and stuff. But anyways, so he goes on the other side, and I'm going over to wash my hands, and I see him with the tool, and he's got like the beam style torque wrench, like the one I just bought, and he's hooking it up, and I'm like, whoa. not supposed to use that to loosen things up. He's like, I know. I was like, oh, you're torquing it. Oh. I was like, I'd never torqued the inner tie rod before. I just go
No,
tight. You know what I mean? No, I just crank them down. Yeah.
nah, I was
What?
kidding.
Hey, you know what?
Shit.
But I torque everything that has fluid passing through it.
I've seen that meme where it's like I'm the type of tech that says I'm gonna ugga these lug nuts, but I'm gonna torque those valve covers. Like,
Yep. That's how I am.
nah,
Man, I'll yeah.
I've never ever ugga a lug nut. I've always
Really?
torqued.
So when I first started in the industry, I was going to school and I was working at a shop. And I went, I dropped the car down, and Alex, the owner, he comes out and he sees me with the torque wrench. And I'm torquing the wheels. He's like, so you're torquing the wheels. It's like, well, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, so you don't get, uneven, so you don't. I was very, very new. I had only been doing this like a couple months, and in school for a couple months. And I was like, I don't want to warp the rotors and, whatever. And he's like, well, he's like, it's not the over torquing that warps the rotors and the damage. It's uneven torque. You hit them all the same, it's fine. And he said, but if you want to use the torque wrench, that's fine. I have no problem with using the torque wrench. And so for a long time, I never torqued any wheels unless I had a car that had like some sort of different kind of wheel. Like I had some old classic cars with, different abnormal wheels. I would torque those, but I never torqued anything. And then I went to the last shop I was at before where I'm at now. They required torquing, and then I've just torqued ever since then. But I never torqued any. I never torqued lug nuts ever.
Well, see,
Good luck.
I started off working at Discount Tire. So,
Oh,
and I mean that's all we did was tires all day.
right.
And we had a couple wheel offs, but because someone ugga dugga or someone didn't torque it, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like ever since then, I was like, nah, I'm never gonna. Because I mean, you think about it. I mean, that's someone's life in your hands. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I know.
Because I mean, those people got in trouble. So it's just like.
Well, see, I wasn't ever worried that I wasn't gonna ugga dugga it enough, because I guarantee you it wasn't coming off. It's.
But you can actually. I mean, you can still break. I've seen the studs break. They're weak.
I've heard of that. I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? It's happened at the shop.
No, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Now that I say that out loud,
and
it's gonna happen
I mean,
to me.
Like they actually weaken, gets tight, but it stretched the lug nut, and then they're driving down the road, and then boom, out of nowhere, it's just.
That's not funny, but yeah.
So yeah,
I remember when I
sticks
first.
too.
What'd you say?
Like torque sticks, like I actually don't mind when people, ugga dugga if they at least use a torque stick. I mean,
right.
Hey, it's not gonna let you go past that, so at least it's within that range, because
my old shop had torque sticks, and I would ugga dugga it to the torque stick, and then I would torque it with the torque wrench. But I don't have torque sticks right now, so I just pretty much just go up snug and give it just a little bap, 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 and then I torque it. No, I didn't say I twerk it. I torque it. I was kidding. But when I first started in the industry, I was doing a transmission or an engine or something. And I remember I was at the flywheel. And I went over and I asked the guy next to me, I was like, hey man, do you like torque the flywheel bolts? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, what's where do you find the spec and whatever? And he's like, oh man, it's a old school like German torque called Gudentite.
Oh shit.
He's like, you put your gun on there and you make sure it's not coming off. I was doing an engine one time from somewhere. I don't remember if it was Jasper or what. And it had a note in there about do not ugga dugga the flywheel because it will break the crankshaft.
I got that on the on the Jasper motor. It says do not impact flex plate bolts because we'll break crank and front seal.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
I've
still
seen
got
it
that done.
once. Have
But
you ever put a motor in, though, where they required you to relocate the PCV valve?
no,
So I did a Jasper motor in it was like an 85, it was like a 5-liter Ford, 5.0. I
but an
think it was
80s,
5.0. What?
an 80s, like an 85,
No, maybe it
like the
was an
old
80s. I don't remember what year it was, but it was like a 5.0 Ford.
like the Fox
5,
bodies.
5.0 or 5.8. It was a truck. So maybe it was a 5.8. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's one where the plenum hangs over on the
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, and the PCB comes out of the back of the plenum. It comes out the back of the plenum and it wraps around, and then it comes down into the valve cover. And so I got this engine from Jasper, and they required you to not void the warranty. They said you have to put a plug in that. You have to remove that fitting. You have to come over center bottom of the plenum and drill a hole and tap it and put the fitting in there. Plug the hole at the back and then redo your PCB so it comes off the center. And they said what happened is they've had so many engines come in where the number 8 cylinder is smoked, and it's not really smoked. It's what happens is it gets flooded with oil. The PCB just dumps in that one cylinder. And so it's just wearing that one cylinder way more than all the rest because of the excessive oil that's getting dumped in there. And that was the problem, was the PCB. So it was just
Oh,
weird. I've never had to
makes
do it
sense.
before. It's the only time it made total sense. So,
Let's see.
but let me catch up on these real quick here. Let's see. Diesel Dog's in the house. What's up, man? What's up,
Diesel
Diesel Dog?
dog.
He's got a really cool channel right there.
I follow him on Instagram. I don't think I've
You should check him out, man.
on YouTube yet.
You know what's really cool? Go watch this toolbox video because he was like me, a gas and diesel tech, right? Light auto truck, and he went to work on diesels like semis. And it's pretty cool when he looks through his toolbox because I see a bunch of tools in there. I'm like, oh yeah, I have those tools that I don't use anymore because we don't work on those things anymore. Like old school stuff. Different kinds of tools. But
Timing
I,
lights,
huh?
like timing lights.
Yeah, yeah, not a time limit, but yeah, just it was just I can't remember the actual tools it was, but there was a few tools in his box. I was like, oh yeah, that's from the gas. That's from the gas days right there. So hey, Big Puppy Tools, thanks for joining the stream. Glad you could make it from the land down under. What's up, Miguel? So do you guys have lots of problems with Jasper motors?
We never get from Jasper
Oh, you don't?
because of that. I mean,
Oh,
there's
okay, yeah.
always. Um, I think when I first started, I think we got one. What was it for? I think it was for a Ford, and had timing problems, so we had to do another one. And after that, we never got from them again. But of course, this is like a 1998 Jeep 4-cylinder.
Oh,
Mopar doesn't carry that engine anymore,
right,
and don't really trust certain machine shops because you don't get that good of a warranty.
right.
So we probably could have rebuilt it ourselves, but we're just putting new ones faster to put a
Oh,
new one.
yeah.
And here we are. I'm still having to take the damn head off. So, but they still get a better warranty. We're still gonna get the 3-year from Jasper, even though I put the head on. They're still gonna give us
That's
the
good.
warranty. So,
That's good. Hey, Murray's in the house. What's up, man?
hey Murray,
Yeah, we've had a God, that's so many problems with like just oil leaks on Jasper motors. Man,
Really?
oil leaks galore. Oh yeah. I've only had I've personally only had two that had a mechanical problem. One was a one was a friggin' 5.9 Cummins that had this vibration, and man, we went through hell trying to figure this damn thing out. And then just to turn out to figure out it was the engine. At one point we had the thing in the air. We had the transmission backed away from the engine, and we're running the engine to see if the vibration was still there. And it was. And I had to replace that engine twice. And then the Jeep I was talking about with the blown head gasket. But all the rest of the issues that we've had with engines were just oil leaks like crazy.
Damn,
So
you never got to do that 6.7 right on the Power Stroke
which one?
engine, or needed a short call.
No, that one
Damn.
that black Rhino line truck or whatever,
Yeah,
the one that looked badass.
yeah.
No, and I'm glad I didn't because the guy who ended up doing it, he was not a diesel tech, and it was going through a warranty company who were trying to screw the customer. So they made me so instead of instead of pulling the head to see why it had no compression, um, they wanted me to pull the oil pan. So I had to pull the upper oil pan so we could inspect. Well, of course, nothing was wrong underneath. Then they wanted me to pull the main bearing caps. I mean, the rod caps, so they could hopefully find something that would say, "Oh yeah, see, this hasn't been taken care of, and we're not covering it." And so they had me take off like 3 different bearing caps, and couldn't find what they were looking for. And so, anyways, they finally approved the engine after I was gone, and the guy who was doing it did it. But here's the kicker. Now it's a 6.7 Power Stroke that had no compression in one cylinder. Okay, if you have no compression in one or two cylinders in a diesel, what? Well, you're not as much into diagnostics yet, right? But what one thing would you think would be the cause of having no compression in one cylinder in a diesel in a modern diesel of like now? Any idea?
Uh, Bad injector compression.
Fuel. Yes, fuel. So here's the kicker. They didn't replace any of the fuel system. And so naturally that fuel system ended up having to be replaced. I don't know. I didn't really talk to him too much, but it looks like
It
it was going to be a clusterfuck. So just,
Dang.
I'm glad
Actually,
I'm not dealing with that.
have you ever done an evap on a Camaro?
Evap on the Camaro. No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on the Camaro, you're supposed to take off the windshield in order to get some bolts. Um, I didn't do that, of course, but we're trying to get the insurance claim, and the insurance company, this guy pays for the extended warranty, and Gazoo, like, he pays for, like, so his car can be covered. And they were trying to find any little thing not to cover it, and then they sent out like 3 adjusters. And the third adjuster, he came and he looked at the tires. He's like, the tires aren't the stock wheel size, so we can't approve this. Like,
What?
what, bro? Like, the tires have
Oh
nothing to
my
do with this.
God.
And I think the stock size was a 245, 4520, and the customer had a 255, 5020 or something like that. Nothing. He didn't put no 305, 315s or anything like that. Just like the next size up. And
Wow.
I don't know what happened. We still repaired the car, but I have no idea if the insurance paid for it or what. But
Do you guys have a big rash of catalytic converter thefts out there?
dude, okay, so it was actually funny. So I don't know if you remember that old Jeep that I was supposed to rebuild the engine on, a
Yeah.
4.0, long time
Your
ago.
boss's Jeep, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's funny. I'll tell you that after. But anyways, I did that, fixed it, whatever, and we had to sell all the cars on the property because all the cats were getting stolen.
You had to sell
And
them? Oh, to get them
yeah,
off the property?
yeah, to get them off the property so people would stop coming to
Oh, yeah.
and I don't know. I did something. I think I did a stabilizer bar because I had like a shake, and then I shipped it. And the boss's wife started driving. She's like, I hear a rattling noise, and my boss was like, oh, you left something loose, and I was like, I couldn't have. And then I went to lunch, and I came back, and he's like, oh, I found your tool that was making the rattling noise. I was like, oh crap, I left the tool up there, you know. And I go and I look, and he points in the exhaust. There's a blade stuck, cut halfway through the exhaust. They're trying to steal the cat.
Oh, damn.
Oh, and then like last week we had a um, some customer dropped off a car, and I live close to my shop, so I pass by all the time. And I passed by like at 5 p.m. There was no truck there, and I went in 8 a.m. and there was a truck there. Um, Anyways, once it started, loud as hell. They stole the cat.
Oh, it
So
got dropped off and they stole it?
yeah, like
Oh,
it
dang.
went in. It ended up being a fuel pump problem, but then the customer was like, "Well, now you need a cat, bro." Like,
Yeah.
so we can't
Wow.
we
We
can't
had
leave empty
a
cars out.
we had a customer we put these we have like for the shop, we have like 7 or 8 like shop vehicles, like loaner cars and things like that. And we have like 4 Priuses. And so we had this customer bring in a Prius, their cat got stolen. And while it was in the shop, we gave them a loaner. And they thought that that loaner had the cat defender plate on it. The cat, the big plate. There's a big plate that you mount under it. It's a I don't know if you know,
Yeah.
but okay. Anyways, we thought that that one had it. Well, it didn't. And so that customer took that car home and they stole the cat off of that. So while their
Oh,
car was, so then we had to give them a third car. Yeah, so they had to bring that one back and we had to give them a different car. And then we had to put a cat on that one. Yeah.
I I don't I think what's his name. I follow someone on Instagram, man, and I couldn't help but laugh. This customer, or maybe it was you. I don't remember. I can't remember who posted it, but I remember replying, and the customer went into the shop 3 times within 1 week because their cat kept getting stolen.
Yeah.
Like
Well, no,
one
not
time
me.
in
Not
1 week.
three. Not in 1 week. We had the same customer 3 times, stolen from the same place, but not in a week. No.
No, it was the same week because I
Oh
remember he
yeah, not
posted
me.
it. He posted it, and then they stole it. He posted it. They stole it, and he posted like, okay, this time we're putting on one of those. But like
Oh,
who pays for that? Because those things are expensive, man. Like,
well, a lot of people go through insurance. We have one in the shop right now, and the customer is finally putting the cat defender on there. They've had their cat stolen 5 times,
that
and now they're
sucks.
finally putting the plate on after 5 times.
Like, can you imagine like getting one stolen off a F-250, F-350 or something like that?
We had
Like
a
that.
diesel. We had a
Like,
6 liter in there, and the cat was stolen. Somebody stole the cat off the diesel, thinking that they were going to hit the gold mine, and then they probably found out that it was worth shit because it did.
it's not worth anything, but to pay for a new one.
Oh yeah, it sucks,
Yeah.
man. We have a what was I going to say? Dang. Yep, lost it.
Oh, well, during that time they were stealing the cats. We always we put our radiators outside in a bucket so they can drain out all the oil and drain out like any coolant, And then
Outside?
yeah, we have like a outside area where we drain all of that.
Welcome to Texas.
And then what's it called? I forgot. I was doing an engine job, and I left the radiator mounts on the radiator outside. I was I'm let it drain and I'll pull it off. While
Oh,
they were
that sucks.
while they were stealing all the cats, they stole all the radiators.
Oh
So,
man.
so they stole the mounts off the dam.
Hey, you remember I was telling you about the engine that I used my airlift on and it had a leak and it was one of the pipe plugs?
Yeah.
That engine, I pulled the radiator out and I was replacing it. And it was off to the side and the junk guy came and I'm like, oh yeah, here's junk right here. Yeah, the damn radiator mounts were on that one and the junk guy took it. I was like, oh crap, man.
And
That sucks.
we never throw away parts until that car is gone.
Yeah, same here.
gone. Like
That was like a fluke. Yeah.
because I've had it like I can't remember what I oh I've done it like on condensers like where because a lot of condensers we get they usually come with the mounts, and I did one
Yeah.
and I was gonna do it the next day, but I threw the condenser away. So my boss, when he threw all the trash, he went and threw it, and then the next day I went to go try to put it on. I didn't have the mounts. I was like, crap. Yeah.
That sucks, man. I hate that.
Code
Man,
to
have you ever
captain.
done, I don't know what year it is, but it's a inline six BMW motor twin turbo.
No, like have I done a motor on one?
No, have you ever done the turbos or anything like that?
No.
So the exhaust, it's two exhaust manifolds and two turbos. So one turbo is for cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My coworker's doing one right now, but he dropped the whole motor and subframe and tranny and everything. Dude, if you ever get one of those, because it's really common, really common. Those turbos are junk. And the drain pipes leak, everything leaks, and they just go to crap. But anyways, man, if you ever get one of those and see it like not in the car, you would never imagine doing it in the car, like ever, because BMW, the motor
Yeah, it
sits
slants
like,
it.
yeah, big time slant, and that whole exhaust manifold's like they're all like right up against the fender.
I think
But
I did some motor mounts on an Audi, and you were supposed to. I don't know. It was a lot of stuff to do just to do one motor mount because it was like right behind. It was right underneath the turbo, behind the. Like, it was just really hard to get off. You had to take it off the exhaust, turbo, other crap. I was like, man, I'm not about to do all that stuff. I don't know. I think some. I mean, like sometimes, like I like to pull when I do an engine. I like to pull the transmission, just because I'm pretty fast at pulling transmissions, regardless of what it's on.
you pull the transmission first.
Yeah, I like if even if it's just an engine job, like I like to pull the transmission off, and
Huh.
then um, it makes installing and removing the engine like super easy. That's just
Right.
the way I like to do it. Because there's times like I did a F-150 the first time I didn't pull out a transmission and I stabbed it, and then the torque converter seal messed up. You know,
Oh,
so I had to pull out the transmission anyways,
that
replace the
sucks.
torque converter seal.
Well, and stupid Fords are dumb anyways because so first of all, you're fighting, the firewall and trying to get everything lined up and clearing the engine mounts, right? Well, then let's add the fact that now we have studs on the stupid torque converter that have to go through the flywheel. So it has to be exactly 100% perfect when it goes in. It can't be like every other manufacturer that uses bolts.
Yeah. Or have you done a um what are they? The 4R6, the Dodge Ram standard ones? Not standard, the automatic. The old like I want to say like 2002. I think it was like 4R60, 4R6E or something like that. I
Well,
just
you mean
did
the
one.
transmission?
The
The
transmission?
4L60E?
No, that's Chevy. The
Oh, I
I think
don't
it's
know.
like the 4RFE or something like that. I can't remember the exact number. But we had we put a upgraded we put a what are they called, billet torque converter, a stronger
Uh-huh.
converter, and that one was a little different. But the guy that we had rebuild our transmissions, he called and he's like make sure you mark the torque converter bolts when you install it. He's like, because if not, you won't see where the hell your torque converter bolts are, or your the threads are to start your torque converter bolts. And
Oh,
so like if you ever do one, make sure you mark your.
oh, okay.
Because I've pulled like the standard transmissions, but I've never done an automatic, and I did one about a month ago
Oh,
or
okay.
so. But it's because like the engine like hugs over the converter. It has like a lip, so you can't see the converter or anything, and then it's a small hole to get to the converter bolts.
What is it? Is it on the passenger side through the starter hole?
No, it's
No,
not
no,
even
no,
through the.
no.
It's not even through the starter.
Never mind. The starter's on the driver's side, anyways. Never mind.
No, it's on the passenger side.
No, no. I'm thinking of the Cummins. I was thinking of a Cummins that I did.
Yeah, the 5.9.
Wait, no, it is on the it is on the passenger side.
Yeah, it's on the passenger side.
Yeah, because that's how you get the flywheel bolt out through the starter hole.
No,
What? On
is
the
it?
Cummins? On the Cummins, you do. On a 5.9 Cummins. I
I
had to
don't
do
think it
the
was a
engine
starter.
twice. I had to do it twice, so.
Because I remember it. I don't think.
I definitely don't forget that. All right, brother. Well, I
No.
better get off here.
Alrighty, man.
I got to get going here. It's 8:05. The kids are home from baseball. 44. It's a
Oh,
4.4 RE.
I think it's
There you go.
46 RE diesel dog.
What?
I know there's a 6 in there. I think it's a
Oh, he just said a
46 there.
44 RE. Oh, Steven, I'm still working on the logo. I'm talking with someone now trying to figure out my logo. So no stickers yet, but as soon as I get a logo, I will.
Yeah, 46 RE. I just Google
Oh, there you
Maps
go.
it. But all right,
So
man. It was
thanks for
good.
joining me, man. I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me on.
All right.
See you. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Well, everyone, thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate you all coming out and supporting the live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, so hit the like button on the way out. And thank you very much. And have a good evening and a kick-ass rest of the week. See you guys later.